Need cheap coins right now? Check out redzonecoins.com. For the very best discount available, use code DIRECTOR for 20% off. Hold up. 20% off? That's cheaper than any other YouTuber. Big ups to redzonecoins.com. Use code DIRECTOR. Yoda brothers, what's up? It's the Director. Ultimate Team fans, I don't think it's any secret that this week has been kind of lacking in content, especially the content that we've grown used to having as far as weekly content, Madden Ultimate Team. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna roll up our sleeves. We're gonna do this ourselves, man. Adrian Peterson Flashbacks promo. I decided to Photoshop every single card I think we should have gotten this week. Show you guys off and see maybe there's a potential of getting something like this in the near future. Before we get started, guys, hit us up with that like and that sub. The small amount of time you guys take to hit the like, sub, and bell notification helps me out a lot. Let's get into this video. Lights, camera, action. Weekly content. Now, of course, Flashbacks is included in this video. We've got heavyweights, we've got veterans, we've got things that I'm honestly shocked that we didn't get in Madden Ultimate Team this week. And what's funny is that a lot of people are complaining that we're not getting content. It's really hard being a content creator on YouTube without much to do in Madden Ultimate Team. So that's why I do these cards. It's in support of good ideas. If I can create a platform where, you know, I'm showing you a visual aid of what we want to see in the game, maybe, just maybe, it'll make a difference in the actual game in the long run. Let's take a trip back in time to an alternate reality where we did get content this week, starting on Monday, the 31st of August. Boom, we open up the game. Flashbacks are in the game. Like last year, they opened up with 8, I think, at the beginning of the season. Adrian Peterson and all his Vikings glory. 89 overall to all of our surprise. Because you know what? Can I tell you guys a secret? These cards don't matter if the overalls suck. So I'm not going to Photoshop a promo that doesn't exist with overalls that I don't agree with. Now, 89 overall, Adrian Peterson. Again, might be a tad high, but at the same time, let's have fun in this custom card art video, guys. Lots of you dudes have been asking me for an Adrian Peterson card. His 85 overall, I think it was NFL Epics edition, was actually quite awesome to start the year as a free card. Let's get an 89 overall in the game. All the teams that he's played for, super stacked at halfback all of a sudden. It's gonna be my first choice. Next up, we got Brandon Cooks. We got New Orleans Saints edition Brandon Cooks. He fits in a lot of theme teams. Don't know if he has, I think he does have the power up, so this would be super hype for a lot of guys. Little lower on the overall, 88 overall, but still being competitive with what's in the game right now is what's important to me. Brandon Cooks brings a lot of value at wide receiver, very fast, high overall, fits in a lot of theme teams. I don't think you can go wrong with the New Orleans Saints edition of Brandon Cooks, man. This car would be fire. Here comes one for the Cowboys fans. 89 overall, Dak Prescott. Now, I feel like it's a little early to be bringing in such a high caliber quarterback into the game for the Cowboys, but still, man, Dak Prescott, such a fan favorite. I sat around thinking, man, who do I want to give an upgrade to right now? And honestly, it came back to Dak Prescott or Carson Wentz. Felt like Dak Prescott would be a fun item to use in Madden Ultimate Team, however. So one for the Cowboys, he'd be an awesome card. Again, I don't know if he's got the power-up card, but at the same time, this would be a fire item. I know a lot of Cowboys fans would be happy, and I think in general, he's a pretty good MUT item this time of year. Now, this next one was highly requested. Frank Gore, another halfback on this list, this time for the San Francisco 49ers. You guys know the drill. I'm posting these on Twitter all the time, and you guys can leave your recommendations, your requests of who you want to see card art for. I saw a few requests for Frank Gore in his old 49ers jersey. I think a lot of guys would be very happy with this. I think the 49ers need a tad bit help at running back. And honestly, who better to choose than Frank Gore, the OG version of Frank Gore. 88 overall, he'd be a tank. Next up is Justin Houston. We're going to put in the Kansas City Chiefs edition this week. Justin Houston, now over with the Colts. This item would be awesome, man. I think at this point we could use more pass rushers, defensive ends, especially these big guys that can get through the line and help us on that front. But Justin Houston, man, he's been a beast for so long in his career. I would love to see a high overall card for him right now, especially one rocking his Kansas City Chiefs days. So I remember playing up against this guy, man. He was a problem, and I think he would be a problem in Madden Ultimate Team as well. Next up is Patrick Peterson. Now, almost every time I do card art, I think about Patrick Peterson, man. I'm like, is it time? Is it time to put in a Patrick Peterson card for the card art? And I think this is super appropriate, man. I feel like Cardinals fans, Madden Ultimate Team fans in general will be super happy about this. I feel like last year he didn't really get upgrades as frequently, thus he wasn't a dominant cornerback. Because by the time he got one, maybe there were better ones out already. So I'm going to say 89 overall Patrick Peterson would be a problem Madden Ultimate Team, and I feel like a lot of people would be rocking with this card very, very early if he was to get a flashback item right away. Next up is Thomas Davis Sr. Now, what's funny is I was kind of skeptical whether or not to use him for veterans or to use him for flashbacks, because I love Thomas Davis, man. Back in his heyday, this is why flashbacks, going back to when they were really good, I feel like he was an awesome player. Maybe a little bit forgotten by modern day, even Madden Ultimate Team fans. And I feel like he definitely deserves an item right now. He's with the Washington Redskins currently. This is his Carolina Panthers edition card. I think this would be an awesome item, man. We need more outside linebackers, especially guys that are good in coverage. And if this is a flashback Thomas Davis versus a veterans Thomas Davis, he'll still have really nice speed and coverage stats. So that's why I wanted to put him in this promo and make him one of the better coverage outside linebackers in Madden Ultimate Team. Next up, we got another wide receiver. The reason I put in Brandon Cooks and Will Fuller is because I was going through looking for wide receivers for my God squad. And honestly, there's not a lot out there, man. And that's why I was like, let's pump in a couple of really good wide receivers at the same time. Have a lot of fun with it, man. Will Fuller's going to bring a lot of that speed, a lot of that energy, and I feel like he'd be a hugely popular Iron Man Ultimate Team. Texans fans would be so happy to see this guy on their squad, in addition to Brandon Cooks, who would also fit on their squad now. So the Texans would get a very healthy boost with this promo. So I would say this Monday was pretty good. We got some awesome cards in the game. We'll go to sleep. Tuesday, not much going on. Wednesday, we wake up and oh my God, it's time for some heavyweights. Starting with Andrew Whitworth, you guys know what this promo is all about. The thick boys, the big boys, the guys that are going to block, the guys that are going to shed. Andrew Whitworth is one of those guys that I respect the crap out of in this league. He's been doing it for so long. Again, a candidate for veterans for me, but I think he still plays at such a high level. He belongs in this promo for heavyweights. 88 overall left tackle for the LA Rams. This would be an awesome item in the game right now, man. I feel like I was kind of shocked that he only got an 82, so Andrew Whitworth's going to kick things off for the heavyweights. Next up is Bradley Chubb. I feel like some people are like, whoa, heavyweights, isn't this only offense, defensive lineman? No, dudes, to start off the year last year, Joey Bosa actually got a heavyweight. So I figure, why not Bradley Chubb, man? Get another one of those beasts in here. Definitely a fan favorite. They didn't play a lot last year, so I feel like he would be wildly popular. Get a lot of guys excited to open up packs on a Wednesday, hoping to pull a beastly Bradley Chubb. Next up is kind of a homer pick, but at the same time, he's played on a couple different teams. Linval Joseph, fitting on the Chargers, I think the Giants, and the Vikings themed teams. This would be an awesome item, man. Linval Joseph, he's got like an 80 overall right now. He's in the 90s in strength. This would be a wildly popular card, even at 88 overall, because of how much power is going to be behind this defensive tackle. So he'll be great in 3-4, also good in 4-3. Linval Joseph, man, when we're talking about those big boys on that defensive line, he's one of the first guys that comes up for me, even before he came to the Chargers in the NFL. So that's going to be my guy for the Bolts. But we weren't done with defensive line. You guys know how Joey Bosa got a card last year? Well, let's give one to Nick Bosa this year. 88 overall. I think that's very healthy for the heavyweights. Honestly, I was thinking about maybe even making these guys like 89. So when they power up and get them up to 90, make them relevant right now. So that's something to take into consideration. Nick Bosa, highly requested all over Twitter every time I do custom card art. I would love to see Nick Bosa on the field too, man. Getting to rock Nick and Joey Bosa at the same time. That's probably the move long term. Let's get Nick Bosa, Joey Bosa on the same team like they want to do in the future. There's a spot saved for you here in LA, Nick Bosa. And he would be absolutely dominant, man. Nick Bosa, already good, 83 overall. He got an 88 overall. Wowie, man. This would be an awesome item. The Wednesday comes and goes, and only 4 cards for heavyweights, man. But you know what? We got something else to look forward to on Thursday. We got the veterans, dude. Cam Hayward of the Pittsburgh Steelers. These are the vets, man. These are the weathered and long in the tooth players that have been doing this for a long time. They're still playing at a high level. What has been wrong with the veterans promo in the past, in my opinion, is they've just been such a low overall, and especially their speed has been somewhat concerning. So I would say, like, maybe target guys where, you know, they're still playing at a decent level. Don't nerf the speed so hard, and make sure the overall is high enough where they're still competitive right now in Madden Ultimate Team. Cam Hayward doesn't need the speed. He's got the power. He's got the rush. He's going to be an awesome item once he does get an upgrade. I feel like Steelers fans would be super happy. And he'd be another piece you can add to any defensive line and find success. So Cam Hayward, #1 for the veterans. Next up is another Chargers players. I was looking through the defensive backs. It was between him and DRC. DRC got one last year, so Chris Harris is going to get the nod right now. Of course, in the past of the Broncos, now with the Chargers. This would be an awesome item right now, man. Chris Harris Jr., he's got decent speed, but at the same time, very good coverage stats. I feel like an 88 overall. He would definitely be one of those guys that you go after from the Veterans promo. And if the Veterans promo works like it did in the past, you could put any team cam that these guys played for in the card without having to power him up. So Broncos fans would be very excited to see him get added to the game as well. So Chris Harris Jr. for our cornerback. Larry Fitzgerald. Now, I was thinking about waiting for Larry Fitzgerald, maybe later on the promo, but why not, man? It's the first week of veterans. We got a Larry Fitzgerald with the NFL Epics. Let's run back in with Larry Fitzgerald, the veterans card, 89 overall. This is what I'm talking about, man. Larry's not the fastest wide receiver in the world, but if you give him an 89 overall card with the power up, he's definitely going to be a usable card right now, especially in the slot. And Larry Fitzgerald, man, one of the greatest of all time to do it. Very, very fun item in Madden Ultimate Team, especially. A lot of guys write him off because of his speed. Nah, man, he's very, very good. And in a year where route running actually matters, I feel like Larry Fitzgerald would be an awesome item for you Cardinals fans. And last but not least, the GOAT himself, Tom Brady, 89 overall. Power him up, get Hot Route Master, get Pass Lead Elite. The fact that this guy only has an 84 overall card in the game right now is actually super shocking. It's a new era in Tampa Bay, even if it's going to be short-lived with Tom Brady and Gronk and those guys. You guys have a powerhouse offense. I want to see Tom Brady at the helm of all Bucs-themed teams. He's going to need a good card to do that. 89 overall. He's going to get the job done out there in Tampa Bay. And for you Patriots fans that also want a good quarterback, this would be an awesome item, man. Then we go to bed on Thursday, having pulled for Tom Brady, pulling for all these veterans. Wake up on Friday morning, we got team MVPs too. It was a solid week of content throughout the week for Madden Ultimate Team. That's what I'm trying to express right here, guys. Would you guys have been happy with content last week if we had gotten all these cards last week? It's not even that many cards. I was able to Photoshop all these in a couple hours, but I feel like the consistency is what matters. Are you guys a fan of these cards? Are you not? If these cards were in the game, if they adjusted the program so that they were relevant cards in the game today, would you actually open packs for them? And finally, guys, I'm always going to say this. I know I probably didn't make the cards that you wanted to see. I can't make cards for all 32 teams. These are examples promoting good ideas. So post in the comment section below who you guys would have liked to see for any of these 3 promos to represent your teams, or maybe just some of your favorite players. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining me. This has been The Director. We'll see you next time. Like and sub on your way out if you do appreciate the time and effort that goes into photoshopping these items. We'll see you next time, and as always, stay frosty.